I really think this is a true product of consensus, that it incorporates a lot of different views on and priorities on how the budget should be crafted, and I think it's a good budget. I think it's a good budget, in especially in light of the very difficult circumstances that we find ourselves today, with declining revenues as they have been, and being in such a tough situation. I think it is a very good budget. As always, and those of you who've been around and since I've been speaker, since I've been budget chairman, all these budgets we pass are not always perfect. They're not always. If I were writing the budget individually, it's not my perfect budget, but it is a product of consensus, and there was a lot of give and take. And I think the important thing is that we have a very fiscally responsible budget now, that we are using our resources wisely, and we get finished on time. We get our work done on time, and we're able to fund state government for this next fiscal year. And I think that's very important. I think that there are many people out there looking for some certainty and some leadership from our standpoint, and so I'm very, very proud of that fact. And I just want to be sure that everyone that had a role is thanked for that. Going back to last August, whenever we started seeing the revenues decline, the mood was, we all realized very quickly that we had a tough job ahead of us, and we knew that we were in for a cycle. We could see it coming, that was going to be really, really difficult. We all pledged or spoke about the need to work together, and we've done that for really since August. I can tell you that we all have great concern about what the next year's legislature and new governor faces, and so we tried to make decisions based on that, and tried to do so in a way that would manage this situation we're in as best as we could. And I would like to think that the way that we started reducing allocations early in the fiscal year, and the way that we tried to space out the rainy day money. We tried not to spend it all in one fiscal year. We've spread it out, and then on top of that, leaving $100 million for next year's legislature. We're trying to recognize that you need to use that in a very even way. And so I think a lot of those things speak to the fact that we really did try to write a budget with next year's legislature in mind, in spite of even though we're not all going to be here, we realize that it's our responsibility to try to manage that process as best as we can.